Good evening, friends. This is Meenal here, your mindset and wellness coach. And today's topic is we're going to talk about what is mindfulness, how does it help in stress reduction. ये ना हम बहुत सुनते हैं, we need to reduce stress, reduce करना है, we have to be mindful, but how do we interlink और इसको कैसे practice करें? And क्यों करना है? There are so many things, when so many questions come to your mind when we talk about mindfulness, when we talk about stress reduction. So let's understand the holistic thing, क्या होता है. Now let us be honest and थोड़ा practical भी बनते हैं. See, stress is inevitable. We can tell that we are monks बन जाते हैं, हम सब छोड़ देते हैं, detach हो जाते हैं. But in our day-to-day life, it has become inevitable. Now let me tell you one thing. While stress is inevitable, succumbing to the symptoms and the repercussions and effects of stress is definitely not inevitable. Now, what does that mean? इसका मतलब क्या होता है? स्ट्रेस तो होगा, चलो छोटी छोटी बात पे अगर आप कुछ something doesn't work with according to your likes, dislikes and all, you create stress, anxiety, whatever negative feeling. But succumbing मतलब जो उसके symptoms है, उसके जो after effect है, उसके पास अगर if we give up, if we take those symptoms as normal, then that is not something that's going to help us, and वो inevitable नहीं है. Now, when I talk about symptoms, let us understand stress के symptoms क्या होते हैं. How do we know कि हमको stress है या whatever we are feeling वो क्यों हो रहा है? एक तो first thing is बहुत सारे जन we come across people saying energy levels बहुत low हो जाते हैं. People low in energy. I'm not saying only stress could be the reason. Biological reasons भी हो सकते हैं, but one very important reason could be stress. Constant headaches, people complain about having regular headaches, week में 2 बार 3 बार. So stress could be one of the major component or one of the major factor responsible for frequent headaches. Upset stomach. Now you will say stomach का क्या लेना देना? No, but stomach is the gut, Gut, we often hear people saying, what is your gut feeling? Yeah. So gut is a very important organ. Positive hormones जो हमारे होते हैं ना, they also are secreted from our gut. So if you have regularly आपको stomach upset होता है, you feel nauseatic or anything, stress could be one of the reasons. So stop and just check. Are you really bothered about something? Are you really worried about something? Is there something that is making you uneasy, irritating you over a period of time? Identify. When you address that issue, you will find that your upset stomach or your constant headache is just gone. And we have people who come with aches and pains. We hear doctors saying, psychosomatic pains. Yes, psychosomatic pains is a real thing. MRIs karvaya, you do MRI, you do X-ray, everything in the body structure is perfectly all right. But still there is pain. Why? There is some stress going on. You're thinking about something that is bothering you is there in your mind. You're not able to get rid of it, which is where that pain reflects from your mind to your body. It could be your neck pain, it could be your shoulder pain, it could be anything, even knee pain. Any aches and pains you over a period of time, if it has become very frequent and if that has become really, troubling you, identify, is stress a reason for your regular and consistent pain in your body? People also experience chest pain and, palpitation, heartbeat increase ho jata and all that stuff. So even that could be related to stress. Insomnia. People, some people are not able to sleep at night. They are stressed and they can't sleep at night. Frequent cold. Now, immunity, when your stress levels are high, your body immunity comes down. So any small change in the weather outside, your immunity is down and you will immediately catch that infection. So this is something. These are the physical symptoms of a person having stress. What are the emotional symptoms? We never understand, we never pay attention to it. Difficulty in concentration. If you are the one who is facing difficulty in concentrating on task at hand or things that are going around or what people are talking around or what is happening in life, if you're feeling, if you feel that you're not interested in it, lack of interest, disinterest, I would say, or you're not able to focus or not able to concentrate, and you're not even able to learn new things. You want to learn new things, but you're just not able to. So stress could be one of the major player in this. Identify what is the stress that is bothering you and what is stopping you from growth. Difficulty in making decision making. Now we meet people who are just, very we call them fickle minded. They are not able to decide on anything. Same thing, they will run, morning they will decide something, afternoon again they will question themselves, is my decision right? So why this indecisive nature, or why this thing comes up, is because stress is playing a important role in whatever is happening in their life. And you keep forgetting. We become forgetful. We hear people that, oh no, because I am of 50 plus or 60 plus, I've become forgetful. Now, I don't know how much forgetfulness is related to age is a factor for that. Only doctors can advise. But yes, age could be playing a role in it. But yes, if you are stressed, there are more chances that you will become more forgetful. You will not be able to concentrate on things. We also come across people who are very, overwhelmed. Like I had a lady I was working with. She will talk, during the conversation, she will just start crying. We know people, I'm sure even you would be having a friend or a relative who is, while they're talking about something that's sad that has happened in the past, or something that they're going through currently, which is not pleasant, or some disturbing situation in life, they will, while talking only, they will start crying. So definitely their stress is a main player out there. They're really stressed with whatever is happening in their life. And we also see people with nervous habits, they keep tweaking, or they keep tapping their feet, or you might feel, that that person is really irritating. You find it is irritating, tapping their feet or playing with that ball pen, they keep fidgeting. They keep fidgeting with whatever is around them. Even those people are doing that because they are stressed, and they may not be knowing it. Why are they doing this? The stress could be in their subconscious mind. They may not even be aware, but that is one of the or one of the symptoms, I would say, emotional symptoms of a person being under stress. And one more thing is, have you come across someone who has just lost interest in how they look, meeting people? They just don't care. They'll just move around without even dressing up properly for the occasion. So that is there again, you need to understand that person is really stressed, which is where he's neglecting his appearance, his physical appearance. Because today we all want to look presentable, right? But you will come across someone who at some point was very particular about how he or she looks, and suddenly has started ignoring how she or he is carrying himself around. So you need to understand that person is stressed. And if that person is near and dear to you, friend, family, please reach out to him or her. Please talk to him, because communication is something that will help that person unburden, person will be able, you will be able to help that person come out of that stress. So if you come across someone who is exhibiting these symptoms, the ones physical or the emotional, which I was just sharing, if you come across people who are exhibiting these symptoms, please reach out to them, talk to them, understand what is the problem they're going through and why are they so stressed. Also, they get irritable. They are not able to focus anything, or overreaction, a small thing, and they will overreact. We have people, we meet people, or we are knowing someone or the other who's overreacting on small things. So rather than just blaming them, or just telling that is a very bad habit, they're not doing right, rather than judging them, please help them come out of the stress that they're going through. Because people who are undergoing stress are most of the time not able to identify the reason what is happening. They don't have anyone to communicate. Now, 8th October is a International Mental Health Day. So I would urge everybody, please, on 8th of October, 8th of October, please go ahead. If you come across a person who is facing this kind of symptom, who is exhibiting this symptom, please go and talk. Whether you know him well, you don't know him well, you can just open a dialogue, talk to him or her nicely, and understand and try to help them. That is your bit. That is your contribution towards the wellness of society. And so we spoke about symptoms. Now, how do we control? How do we get rid of stress, and also let us understand what is mindfulness, how are they interlinked. Before we get to before we get into how to control stress, let us talk about what is mindfulness. We all know mindfulness is nothing but living in the present moment, right? Being aware of what is going on in our mind, being aware of what is going on around us. There are types of mindfulness. There is focused mindfulness and awareness mindfulness. Now, what is focused mindfulness is you focus on your breath, right? People talk that you need to meditate, you need to do exercising. Yes, all that we will come to. But focused mindfulness is you focus on something and you concentrate. So like, for example, if you are doing, adapting a meditation practice, if you're concentrating or focusing on your breathing, it is focused mindfulness. So what will happen is the minute you're breathing in, breathing out, you're focusing on that, and you are reducing the number of thoughts that are playing in your mind. Because when a person is stressed or is anxious or any negative emotion he or she is feeling, the number of thoughts are large, huge number of thoughts. You know that it will be thousands of thoughts running around, overthinking it would be. So when you start focused mindfulness, when you start focusing on your breath, you are becoming aware of the breath and the number of thoughts will come down. Second, the other mindfulness practice is being aware. Now, being aware is two things you can do is you are sitting in a room, observe things, just breathe, bring your breathing to normal and become aware of what is there around you. If there is a table, if there is a chair, just look at it, be aware of your surroundings. Most of the times, we are just not aware of what is around us. We are in our own world, in our own thoughts, right? We're just running. We have to do this, ye karna hai, wo karna hai. We're just running pillar to post. We don't observe what is around us. So take a moment, take a deep breath, observe what is there. You have a table, you have a chair, whatever is there, observe and feel the presence of those things in and around you. And another way of meditating is observing your thoughts, being a detached observer. We say that meditation is something that will take you away, that will stop your thoughts. No, thoughts will not stop. It'll continue, but you have option of observing them. Be a detached observer. Let the thoughts comes, let it pass through. If something from the past is coming in front of you, observe it. Look at it as a third person, that something is happening, like how we watch movies, right? We watch movies and web series and all. So let the thought come across, let that scene pass through, observe it. Don't get entangled into it. When you start practicing this, getting detached and observing your thoughts, that is when you will start to learn to live in the present moment, and your thinking will slow down. The 10,000 thoughts which you used to get will become 5,000, and continuous practice will make it few hundred and few tens and 20s thoughts per minute. That's how, but it's a slow and gradual process. So you have to make it a continuous, and consistency is important. It has to be done regularly. It can't be once a week you meditate and you expect benefits to come. No, it doesn't work that way. So whatever new habit you're cultivating, as we all know that brain can be reprogrammed. So living in the present or practicing mindfulness is something we are reprogramming our brain, right? We are rewiring. टिल डेट आज तक हम क्या करते हैं, हमारे दिमाग को जहां भाग रहा है, जहां जो बोलते हैं ना, दिमाग घोड़े भागते हैं, हिंदी में एक कहावत भी है, घोड़े भागते हैं भागने दो, दिमाग के घोड़े। तो भागना नहीं है, यू हैव टू पुल द रेन्स ऑफ दोस हॉर्सेस, हॉर्सेस को पकड़ के रखना है, अभी भागने नहीं देना है। यू ऑल्सो हियर पीपल सेइंग मंकी माइंड, it will jump from one tree to the other. Monkey mind hai, but we always have to learn how to control that monkey, right? ऐसा थोड़ी है कि you will allow that monkey to jump wherever and whichever direction it has to go. No. So when we cultivate new habits, when we cultivate new patterns in our brain, it has to be a consistent practice. And for practicing mindfulness, it is very important to commit yourself. When I say commit yourself, fulfill your own commitments. Iska kya matlab hai? See, we have a habit of making a day plan. We come across people, okay, first, this generally happens during year end and 1st of January every year. People pass resolutions, that this year I'm going to exercise, I'm going into the fitness regime. So 1 week you will see 100% attendance and new members enrolling in any gym. I mean, this is tried and tested, okay? So new joinees will be there. First week, it will be full. 2 weeks, third week, people will just slow down. So you're making a commitment to yourself. Ensure that you fulfill your commitments. Why? Why is it important? Because if you do not fulfill your commitment, the trust that you have in yourself, you're letting it down. You will stop trusting yourself. And when you stop trusting yourself, you will not be able to trust others. So this is a vicious cycle. We say, right? Love yourself, respect yourself, trust yourself. Only then you will be able to love, respect, and trust others. So if you are getting into the practice of meditation or exercise regime, whatever it could be, I too would suggest that both the things are very, very important for a healthy physical, mental body. So whatever commitment you're giving yourself, see to it that you fulfill it. Once in a while, if you're unwell or if you think that, you are not up to it, sometimes your body says, okay, I don't feel like doing, listen to it. But if your mind and body are not correlating, if they're always giving excuses for not doing things which are otherwise good for you, stop hearing those excuses, overrule those things. Every time you don't need to listen to those lame excuses and succumb to it. इतना जरूरी नहीं है. Every time अगर आपको एक रीजन मिल जाता है एक्सरसाइज नहीं करने के लिए, so then you might as well take a decision whether you want to do or you don't want to do. Same thing with meditation. So meditation, when you do, it helps you evolve as a different person altogether. It brings out the qualities of acceptance. It brings out the qualities of compassion, trusting yourself. Now, what happens is when you are stressed, what are the things that are happening? When you are stressed, you're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting others. You have too many thoughts, right? So when you are practicing mindfulness by meditation, exercising, taking control of your thoughts, being aware of your thoughts, then what happens is automatically these values or these virtues are going to grow in you. And if at all you think that, you are always judging yourself and that is creating stress, you also need to identify the reasons or the triggers. Like it can't be just कोई भी reason से नहीं होता. There would be a trigger या जो recent एक बोलते हैं ना वो point जो होने से you getting stressed or you're getting anxious. So identify what is the trigger. Once you've identified, you can always write it down, write it down. Okay, if this is something happens, I just get stressed. So try and avoid and find ways to avoid those triggers. And most of the time क्या होता है ना, what happens is, most of the time the triggers that are self-generated, because I always say stress is our own creation. Stress is nothing but our reaction to the existing circumstances. We are taking unnecessary pressure. We are taking unnecessary responsibility. We don't see the capacity, our own capacity, and we just want to compete and compare ourselves and grow. That's where we create stress. So I'm not saying growing is wrong. I'm not saying that. Comparing, yes, you want to compare, you want to compete, you need to compete and compare yourself with yourself. What were you yesterday? What are you today? Let that be your benchmark. If yesterday you were able to perform X, today you have to do X plus Y. So let that be the benchmark. Let that be the scale where you compare yourself. Don't compare with someone else. It's really not required, and it's really not helping you because each one's capacity is different. What you can do is you can only do your best. You put in your best efforts and leave the rest, because that what is in your control, you can do that, right? So just put in your best efforts, leave it, and don't compare, don't compete with anybody, because competing and comparing is a very big reason that creates stress. We see even children today. Many parents have that habit of comparing their children with other children, that you got so much marks, this is your, these are your results, the other child has got so much. They compare their child with other child, and unknowingly they are creating stress in that child. I'm not saying parents are doing it knowingly or parents are doing it to create stress, but they need to understand when you're comparing your child with someone else, the child is creating stress by thinking that I am not able to meet my parents' expectation, right? So these are the thoughts that are going. As a parent, you may just say one word or one line. Your friend did better than you, or you couldn't do, you're not, your habits are not as good as your sister or brother. That is only one line that goes from your side. What are the thoughts that that child is creating? I am no good. My parents don't like me. I cannot learn more. I am not good at it. I will always be like this. You don't know what negative tangent, innumerable thoughts that child will create, and he or she will bring their self-esteem down, which is the reason we are seeing, right? We are reading newspapers, we're watching on TV. So many children are committing suicide or attempting to suicide. Again, one of the symptoms of stress is suicidal thoughts, people who have these suicidal thoughts, stress is one of the reasons. So directly, indirectly, I am not blaming any parent, but directly, indirectly, parents through what they're telling their children or through the expectations they have from their children are responsible in creating stress, in children's life. And children at that age, for them, their thought process, their knowledge, their wisdom is only limited, right? For them, parents are the role models. If they feel that I am not able to make my parent happy, it is not worth for me to live, which is where, they try and commit suicide, and many people even are successful. I mean, that's a sad part. So I always request parents, be very kind to the children. Don't compare them. Don't compete them. Don't be the reason for them to create that extra stress, that they take a negative step in life. Because exams and all, everything is important. Your performance in your company, your performance in your academics, everything is important, but not important than your life, not important than your health. Tell me one thing, whatever we have studied in our school, has that ever been of any use, or has that directly been implicated in the work that we do? My answer is no. I've studied history, geography, so many other subjects in my school. But during my working life, or even today, I was not able to, there was no direct connect with what I studied and what I'm doing today. That doesn't mean that what we studied was waste. No, it was important. It is important for the overall growth. We have to learn few things, and we are, but that should not be a roadblock. That should not be the thing, that if I don't pass in the exams, if I don't be successful in the work I'm doing, if I don't get the promotion that I'm expected to get, I'm worthless, I'm useless, and I should commit suicide. No, that kind of stress is very, very bad. So we need to take active steps, and we have to be very actively involved in the lives of people around us. Just identify, are your children, are your parents, in fact, parents also, sometimes children do help their parents. Parents also are ending up in taking so much of stress, work related stress. So if you are an adult, if you see your parent behaving in this manner, or exhibiting any of the symptoms that we just discussed, please talk to them. Please make them aware, okay, stress you are creating, this is nothing but the stress that is resulted in your body pain or aches, or your health. Just talk to them. Let that, whatever has been held up, whatever stress they have created, let them look at things with a different perspective. Help them out. If you, I often tell, if you are bothered with anything, please talk to someone who can understand you, who will not judge you. Take help from your close people, family, friends. If you think they're not helping, please take professional help. Don't shy away. Now, today, even today, we talk about mental health, mental awareness and all, but the people shy away from taking help from professionals. I coach people who are not willing to disclose their identity. They are not willing to come and work with me at the centers I operate. No, they don't want to be, because they don't want to be seen. They don't want people to know that they are going for life coaching sessions. Fair enough. I respect their privacy. I respect their decision. But still, mental health or taking professional help is a taboo today. So let's make an attempt that this is not a taboo. If you are unwell, have you rushed to a doctor? We all go to the doctor. If you have even simple cold or throat pain, we go. So if you are not feeling well, if you are stressed out, or if you are feeling sad for over a month, if you are getting the suicidal thoughts, if you are just not able to focus, if you're not able to, if you're just forgetting things, if you think that there is something bothering and you're not able to lead a life that is normal, happy life, or if you feel irritable very often, understand that this is one of the symptom of something that is bothering me. Go ahead and talk to people, take help before it magnifies into something very bad and disastrous. Let's not get to the extent of getting into depression or getting into anxiety attacks. It's panic attacks. It's really not required. Take charge, be aware. Now, how will you be aware? Again, mindfulness plays an important role. When you are aware of what thoughts are going on, if you're aware of what you're feeling, if you're aware of the emotions that are going in your mind, that's when you will be aware of what are your thoughts, how can you change them. So it's very, very important to live in the present moment. Past, something pleasant, something unpleasant is over. Even if you had a very beautiful past, let's say not necessarily all your past was very bad, right? You were having a beautiful life, beautiful relationships in the past. Today, you don't have them for whatever reason. But you're still dwelling in the past and you are not appreciating what the future, present is giving you. You're still dwelling in the past and you're not living in the moment. You're just depleting. You're creating that unnecessary stress in your subconscious by telling yourself that, okay, my yesterday was beautiful. That, that relation which I was in the past was beautiful. Today, life is not so happy. And you will never know. You will never realize when your mind will start telling, okay, whatever I had to live, whatever good things had to happen have happened. Now there is no need for me to live. Let me just die. You never know when your mind will take that step, because mind will go in any direction and negative thoughts will come in numbers. It will not be 1 or 2, it will be 20, 30. For us to think negative, it doesn't take a minute. Whereas to think positive, yes, you will have to focus, you will have to think through it, and then you will get positive thoughts or positive vocabulary will come. So don't get into it. Past is over, fair enough. Whatever I had to enjoy in my life, but now present is beautiful and future is even more beautiful. You never know. Future may give you such beautiful relations in your life. It may give you so much of happiness which you've never experienced. But if you're not in the present, if you're not happy today, how do you expect yourself to be happy tomorrow? It's not possible, right? So to make your future beautiful, to make your future beautiful and happy, you need to live in the present. Be aware of what's going around. Be aware of the people who are with you. Often, I come across, I had a couple with whom I was working. Now they had lost their child, so they had reasons to grieve. They had reasons to be sad. They had 2 children. Now the son died and the daughter is there. But what was happening is, it had been few years they had lost the son, and the daughter was feeling neglected. And the beauty is, they had come to me to seek guidance or seek help for the daughter, that she was not performing and she was going through something. And what came out was that the girl was feeling neglected because the parents were so much into they were so much into themselves, and they were missing the son so much. They were grieving. Now, I'm not saying parents should not grieve. Parents will grieve, but that doesn't mean, be aware, appreciate what life has given you today. The daughter is there, right? Son's loss is there. That doesn't mean that you will forget, but don't be so much engrossed in that you miss out on appreciating and loving the people around you. Be aware. So in the discussions it came out, and then after talking to the daughter, I had to talk to the parents, and then of course they all are in a better state right now, but this is how it works. We don't realize that our behavior or the way we conduct or the way we are behaving with our family is one of the reasons why are they feeling having any emotional issues. So all said and done, let's do one thing. Let's be aware of what's going on in our mind. Let's start living in the present. Let's be aware. Please inculcate a habit of exercising daily, meditating daily. Start with 5 minutes. You have guided videos of meditation. Follow whatever suits you. If you think that focusing on your breath, on your breathing is something that can help you, go ahead with that. If you think any chanting is going to help you, go ahead with that. आपको लगता है ओम chanting है या कोई भी chanting आपको help करेगा, आप उसी से शुरुआत कीजिए, बट स्टार्ट समथिंग, एक्सरसाइजिंग कीजिए, वॉक पे चले जाइए, डू सम काइंड ऑफ फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज, तो ब्लड सर्कुलेट होगा, एवरीथिंग, योर बॉडी विल बी रियली एक्टिव, एंड ये जो गलत नेगेटिव थॉट्स आते हैं वो चले जाएंगे, इट विल जस्ट वैनिश. So take charge, be aware of what's happening, take control of how you want to lead. ये stress and all will automatically go away. इसको कोई जगह ही नहीं मिलेगी, stress को कोई मतलब ही नहीं रहेगा. If you are taking charge of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, then stress you will never want, right? You will never want an unwanted guest in your mind, in your house. So stress, anxiety are all unwanted emotions. So when you take charge कि मेरे दिमाग में, मेरे मन में क्या रहना चाहिए, when you decide, when you are aware कि क्या बैठा है, what is going on in your mind, तो फिर you will not allow that to stay. और जब भी when you don't want somebody to stay with you, you will make changes, right? You will do something that the person or he or she or that emotion will go away. So start living in the present moment. If you see someone who is having any difficulty in expressing, please talk to them, please help them. And I also have some honorary sessions I do. If you think you're coming across people who really need help, you can connect with me on Facebook, Instagram. We can work out something and I'll be more than happy to help them. Because end of the day, yes, you have to be at peace, you have to be calm. And you have to lead a happy life. You can't live a miserable life. नहीं. अगर अभी तक भी ऐसे life जिया है, it is okay. It is over. Today, I will take charge of my thoughts, my emotions, and I will lead a happy life. That is the pledge we all should take. And please remember, 8th October ko is a mental health day, mental awareness. So go ahead and help somebody whom you think is really needing some help. And if you think that someone really needs help, please connect with me. I will work with them and I'll try my best to make them feel better. Yeah. Bye for now.